Yeah, yeah, exactly. Instead of trying to find it.
Oh, good morning. Welcome to the third draw of the USA Curling Club Nationals Playdown in Wausau, Wisconsin. This is the second men's draw here at 8 o'clock this morning. Thanks for getting up with us. Steve, how do you think we're going to do today and tell us about our future game?
Well, first of all, good morning, Chuck. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. We're excited for this first draw this morning, and we do apologize for anyone that's up awake in Alaska right now watching this stream. I don't know if there's 3-4 hours difference, but it is Alaska versus St. Paul, and we're excited to see this second men's draw come together. They're out taking their slides, and they'll be throwing first rocks shortly as USCA Ice Tech Sean Olson handed over the ice to the athletes. So we'll be getting underway shortly. We've got, looks like 9 people on our stream this morning, so kind of a low number, but as in most of our streams, that number grows as we get into the deeper ends. We have a few people on the chat, so we will be updating scores across all the sheets. We do not switch cameras, so we will be stationary for the most part on sheet E today. And yeah, just excited to have another day of curling.
Both of our teams in the future game are coming off losses from their first draw. So
yeah, the Farbelow rink went up against the Eau Claire rink, and the battle of the border. Looks like Wisconsin won that last night.
So one team will receive their first win, and one will drop to 0-2.
First rock's underway.
Looks like the Farbelow rink throwing yellow stones has got the hammer for the first end. And the Johnson rink has chose to throw up a tight guard, it looks like. Yes.
So I'm curious, is there anybody in Alaska right now watching us? And what time is it?
Farbelow rink looks like a family rink. 3 on the team members share that name. Mike, Jake, and Nick, with Tim Sullen sandwiched in there throwing third stones.
So I just met Tim the other night. Tim actually has a Wausau connection with Cal Tillish. They were playing senior playdowns together with Jeff Goodland and I don't know
the guy
fourth.
from Madison, the sculptor.
Oh, Ferboni.
Ferboni, yes.
Also an ice tech. Probably more well known to be an ice tech. But yes, he did do some ice sculptures up at our Winterfest, and I was very surprised, and very talented man. I think he lives up in Lac de Flambeau now.
Came out and did our pebbling for us as we were doing demonstration curling on the 400 block of downtown Wausau. Looks like a few stones towards the front of the house. The lone Johnson stone in the house. Few people watching this morning, enjoying their cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And some curling.
Maybe they're Irish coffee.
It's not too early to start celebrating the Irish. Farbelow rink is out of St. Paul. Steve and I did a bonspiel there back in 2004 together.
So we got a note from Brenda Wilkerson. I forgot.
Yes.
They have a Alaska connection because they live there.
They've been down in Wausau area 7-8 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Gonna go with that ballpark.
3 hours behind us, so it's 5 a.m. And it's probably dark.
Probably dark.
If you said dark during the winter, during any time, you're probably right.
We're pretty close to the equinox, though, so their length of day is about the same as ours at this point, which will
Well,
soon change to all sun.
aren't you a smart guy?
Grouping of stones in front of the house here again. Farbelow maybe going to hit or bump or rearrange those up a little bit out front. And that he does. Last second stone for the Johnston rink coming. I do believe they get the farthest traveled award.
No argument there.
Hollywood team has come a distance. Granite's come a distance. San Francisco's come a distance. Houston's come a distance.
Napolitano, Ardsley's come a distance.
Yeah, other direction. I feel like Wausau is fairly central located for curling popularity. Probably 6 or 7 clubs within an hour drive from us. Hour and a half south of us, Columbia County, small county, largest town of Portage, probably 6,000 people. 5 curling clubs in that county.
The cradle of curling. Portage is the oldest?
I think there's many clubs that make that claim.
Or is it Milwaukee that claims it? Milwaukee and Portage kind of go back and forth.
Nice smooth delivery. Unfortunately, fooled by the ice. Sometimes it takes a few stones to go down to get the ice up to speed. He probably did have a little practice time to throw stones, but getting off the ice last night, things may have been fairly keen when they walked off last night.
It is interesting. That was very short rock.
Temperature outside dropped probably 25 degrees from when we were here last night. It's now in the 20s, I believe, and still going to fall as the day goes on. This facility with no spectators out on the ice probably won't change dramatically with what's going on outside. I'm sure Sean Olson is keeping track of the humidity out there. 6 sheets of athletes, they're making their own heat too.
Definitely. Huffing and puffing.
Quite a few good crowd here for 8 a.m. Not quite as full as last night, but a number of people in the bleachers. I don't see the women's teams here yet. They are taking advantage of not getting the first draw. They were not off the ice until after 11 o'clock or so last night or out of the club room, so I think that's probably a smart move on their part.
Yeah, we have 4 draws today, so if you're a local watcher on the stream, you don't need to sit in front of the computer if you don't want to. You can come on down. Tickets at the door, $5 will get you in for the whole day. And you can watch come down and watch the rest of this 8 o'clock draw. We have a 12 o'clock draw. women's, and then we have a 4 o'clock men's again, and then a 8 o'clock women's as we work through this St. Patrick's Day. So come on down and celebrate with us.
Farbelow Rink has removed the one Johnson stone, and they have 2 in the house now.
Down to Skip's Rocks in the first end, almost.
Each team gets 30 minutes of thinking time, 1 timeout per game. And we're playing 8 on games.
I don't remember what club the Wilkersons are from, if they're from Fairbanks or Anchorage.
I believe they were Fairbanks.
Okay. And Jessica Schultz is from Anchorage? Or is she also from Fairbanks? Oh, wow, that's a quick response.
Brenda, yes.
Oh, boy.
Little history here, or for background information. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, I'll just read it. The skip, John Johnson, works with the junior curlers in Fairbanks. He brought a junior men's team down to U21 Nationals last year in Stevens Point. That's about a 30-minute drive from Wausau, south. Took the U18 team to Colorado this season. Took boys and girls teams to the Arctic Winter Games in Canada this season. So it sounds like he's a very busy and active individual with junior curling, which is fantastic to see.
I think Vicky Persinger and her sister are from the Fairbanks Club. Or is it a brother?
Greg?
Yeah, that family, though, I believe is from Fairbanks.
Greg's the husband of Vicky.
Brenda will make sure we have that correct. Fairbanks hosted the Junior Nationals probably around 2010.
That's a hike.
I know Bobby Splinter, who is on the Cucciarelli rink here, participated in that event.
Yeah, Bobby played with John Landsteiner in juniors.
Oh, that's trivia I did not know.
Yeah.
On a Wisconsin team.
Apparently.
John Landsteiner from Duluth, Hibbing, that area, somewhere in the Iron Range.
It's up there. It's not Duluth.
Carol Masabi, maybe?
No, it's like a little more obscure. Oh, Greg and Vicky are cousins. Definitely don't want to get that the wrong way.
I had him as siblings, and Greg, I was not even sure if it was a brother or sister that Vicky had. But that sounds very correct. You can see a little bit of the stands there in Wausau. Not jam-packed, but certainly not empty.
I think I'm thinking of a different Persinger then. She was on the board.
Johnson Rink has come into the house with their last stone. Probably shot rock, but that might be able to be tapped back for a score of 2 for Farbelow.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen 7 feet of curl on the first draws. So that rock is definitely reachable.
9 feet between the stones, and they only have to move back 6 inches.
Are you surprised they're going this way?
No, I think they know that path. They've done the last shot draw, and they're comfortable that that's going to curl. They probably have a little bit better angle on staying count instead of rolling towards the wing. Wait,
Well,
it looks pretty close.
Does he have the weight?
They're trying to carve it over a little bit.
It's coming in.
Looks like they've got the line. And
Oh, look
hello.
at that.
Look at that. There it is for 2.
A perfect shot.
Yeah, they know the ice and they know what to do. So the Farbelow rink out of St. Paul's jumped out with a 2-0 lead here after the first end. All the other games are still in the first end except for Sheet F, who had a blank. That's the Ward rink out of Eau Claire and the Shoesmith rink out of Granite in Seattle. Sheet A with the Drew rink out of Broomstones and Tadak out of Arizona just finished their end, and the Coyotes Curling Club rink has posted a 1.
Blank on the 2 you mentioned. Looks like our team. Oh, here we go. Here's a score coming up.
That's the McBride rink.
All right, so McBride has scored a 2, got his deuce in the first end, up 2-0 over our Wausau host berth club of Cucciarelli, Gaich, Splinter, and Ziegel. They had a battle last night. Cucciarelli tied it up in the 8th with a steal of 1 and came up short on his skip rock in the extra end to do some damage, and they ended up walking away with a loss on that one.
Tim's first shot was very nice, though. Came through a small port, took out the count stone, and then rolled just off the into the forefoot. Buried, not staying right in that port.
Yeah, they were set up nice for that.
But the skip for the other team drew that port and came into the forefoot very nicely. Not a lot of room for him to make the shot. Andy Miller, lead for the Johnson team, no relation.
Putting up his corner guard. Ignoring the yellow in the house.
So the Mansell rink from Denver, who got a win last night, has jumped out to a 3-0 lead over the Turner rink out of Columbus.
Yeah, Elliot Mansell out of Denver. That's a former winner of the Club Nationals. So definitely no stranger to being here and competing. All right, so Farbelow's hitting with 2 rocks in the house. Very doubleable.
One corner guard out for the Johnson rink. On the opposite side from where the 2 stones in the house are.
We're up to 27 viewers. Not a lot of chat action. I think everyone's just kind of waking up with their coffee.
Good morning and welcome to the Wausau Curling Club. Happy to have you along. Hopefully at work today you can have us down in the corner of your screen or on a cell phone propped up next to your desk if you're so lucky.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Everyone's a little Irish today.
Some of us more than others.
We are saving our corned beef and cabbage until Sunday.
I wasn't going to do corned beef and cabbage. I was going to do Guinness Irish stew, and my son found that out, and he got a little angry, so I have to pick up a corned beef on the way home, throw it in the crock pot, and I guess with some potatoes. So I guess I'll have I'll double dip. I'll have the Guinness Irish stew and the corned beef, Chuck.
My understanding is there's been a dispensation from the bishop in the local diocese that if you're going to partake in traditional corned beef and cabbage, the abstaining from meat on Friday and Lent there's been a dispensation.
I've seen a few of those pop up on Facebook. A lot of happy people.
All right, the redstone or the Yellowstones were successfully removed. And it looks like they're coming around the outside to come down to this redstone.
You know, let's talk a little bit about St. Paul. You know, you mentioned 3 Farbelows. I'm assuming it's dad and 2 sons.
That probably looks correct.
And that's fantastic. That's one of the things that makes our sport so great. Is you know, you can get out there with your family and curl with them right off the bat. Not many sports you can do that with. And you and I both had children that curled, and we were able to curl with them here at the club in whether it be our rookie league or Sunday league. And it's just something special to be able to do.
Yeah, and as they grow older, we still get to bonspiel together and hope to play mixed events with daughter and son-in-laws and
Right, extended family.
Son and daughter-in-laws and those things. Winter in Wisconsin, probably like winter in Fairbanks, but not quite as dark. Curling's a fabulous thing. Good inside. Weather conditions are stable inside. Johnson and Stone has one wing, or Stone over on the wing.
Here comes Tim Solon.
I did not see what he's asked to do, but it looks like he's drawing.
He looked like he didn't like it.
But he removes the stone and rolls out into the open.
Yeah.
We'll see if somebody gets the stone tucked in behind, or if there's air and someone can generate some offense. Today we've got the lineups coming up for you as you watch, which is hopefully going to be appreciated for you.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to our what would we call them? Our stream techs, you know, from Wausau Area Access Media. We want to thank them for partnering with us to put this on. We've worked with them in the past a lot with Badger State Games and with the State High School Championships that we host here at Wausau Curling Center. And you know, they work tireless to make ours look halfway decent.
I know they're down here all day yesterday and probably earlier in the week running cables, setting up lights, monitors, cameras. Very professional job.
And then along with that, Ron and Jan Klimisch Charitable Fund really was the one that was able to make this all happen. So we want to definitely thank Ron and Jan and the charitable fund that supported us this week for our 2023 USA Curling Club Nationals. Got 33 now on the stream, so yeah, people are waking up.
I didn't see. I'm not sure if he's throwing the skinny double here. Looks like he's got that type of weight.
Yeah, he's got some weight going.
Kind of a touch shot. And takes the back stone off and rolls off. Johnson has the hammer this end.
And he's still sitting with his 2 corner guards.
see if he can generate a skip's deuce here and get back in this game or tie it up. Otherwise,
I don't know. I'm thinking a skip's deuce is going to be a little difficult. Assuming this is going to be a guard.
that it is.
Is it covering it, though?
Yep, it looks fairly covered. But there's a
There
9
it
feet in
is.
between the stones.
Yeah,
But
it's a very good
it's,
cover.
looks like he might be playing it down too, coming down on top of that.
Yeah, a little tighter might have been. Put that in the rings, in the 12-foot.
I haven't seen how much curl we're getting this morning, but again, I think the team feels confident they can get to it. Yeah, with the broom that they've got down, that should finish.
Well, they're on it hard. It looks to me like
Stone's coming in, looks like it's got plenty of weight to get to the house. And
it's well placed,
not,
but
not,
not enough.
not quite shot rock yet, but he will have a final stone. Just checking with curling stones. I don't see live updates at this point. So we'll continue to try to update you on the other sheets.
So Farbelow is delivering his last rock.
I think wherever he puts it, Johnson should have a tap up on either side that he leaves open. This might curl right to the center line and give
Another
Johnson a
guard.
chance.
You know, his goal is obviously just to force one.
I don't think you have the angles there to. Well, they could come down and tap that back stone. Yeah. Tap that back just an inch or two, and there's your deuce.
And you can't guard everything.
No. From this angle, I thought the guard on the other side would have protected against this shot a little bit more, leaving the tap up. But the tap would have been for one. The Ward rink from Eau Claire has 6 red stones on the house.
Yes, they do.
And looks like they do not have hammers, though, with one final stone to go.
We'll keep an eye on it. They can.
All right, back to our feature game. I'm going to sweep this, feeling that the stone is light or needs a little bit of holding the line. Just have to move that Yellowstone back
I don't
an
think
inch or two.
he's not heavy enough.
He's on the upper guard, and it's going to be a steal of 1 for the Farbelow rink.
So Farbelow kind of, I don't know, maybe he knew something that the Johnson didn't know, guarding the other side.
I can't argue with the results. Worked out good for them. So as we wait for our future game to resume, the skip stone on the Ward Shoesmith game is coming in. A lot of room in the center of the house here to possibly cut down the Ward rink. That's sitting 6. And not only do they cut them down, they draw the button and score 1.
Nice draw.
Yeah. Pressure shot against 6. So in that game, after a blank in the first end, the Shoesmith rink out of Granite has scored 1. The Legacy rink out of Denmark scored a 5 in the second end against Ritkers out of Chicago. So the score there is 5-1.
Did you say Denmark?
Bismarck.
So I missed. Do we need to do
I'm just going to say the McBride rink out of Hollywood scored a deuce in the second. They stole that and are now up 4-0 over the Cucciarelli rink out of Wausau. And on sheet A, Drew and Tate are now tied at 1. With Tate now having the hammer in the third end. Couple stones in play at our game.
all the jackets are off now. They must be all warmed up. Down to the shirt sleeves.
It's nice. They've got their yellow shirts on, white and yellow trim to match the stones. Makes it easier for you watching at home. Nice little come around. And on sheet B, the Mansell rink stole 2 and have jumped up to a 5-0 lead over the Turner rink out of Columbus, Ohio.
You know, Farbelow was just out at Senior Nationals too. I'm not sure what his team was.
And you said that was done at Granite in the Seattle era?
Yeah, it was. So I'm going to look that up quick, unless somebody watching can update us quicker.
And come around on one side and matched on the other. Johnson again has the hammer here.
They were the runner-up this year at Senior Nationals, according to Curling Zone.
The Senior Nationals one event, or they have different divisions for super seniors and the...
No super seniors, just seniors.
Okay. I think that is the men's national Bonspiel.
Yeah, that's the United States Senior Men's Bonspiel, USS MCA, which we've hosted twice.
And
Here at the club.
I believe we are hosting it again next year.
So Farbelow's team out in Seattle for senior nationals was himself as skip. Rich Ruinen played third. Bill Stopera played second, and Tim Solon played lead.
Pretty powerful team.
I want to make sure that this was this year. I don't see that. Just so I'm not misstating.
Farbelow threw a guard up, somewhat more covering their shot stone.
It's got to be.
Johnson is electing to come right around that guard, and alongside the other stone, there's shot rock, and fairly open probably. Looks like they are not electing to take though, and just lay down on top of it.
Oh, Leslie McGregor's watching. Yep, Solon, Ruinen, and Stopera. So it looks like what I was looking at was right. Curling Zone didn't have a year on it, though.
Teams are using that pathway there. And it looks like that path may be used again. And I see Curling Zone now is getting live updates. So you're able to check there if you want to keep track of your game that you're interested in on a different sheet. Another nice draw. I believe they're sitting 1-2.
Leslie should know she was out there too. She came away as a silver medalist.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's another Minnesota team?
Where do they... So it was Tracy Lawless, Elizabeth Tamures. I don't know where. I think they curled out of Illinois.
Is seniors a qualifying event, or is it a regional event that you qualify through?
I don't know, because I don't...
You're
Are you
not,
calling me old?
you're not quite a senior yet.
I don't know any of the rules, I guess. But we'll find out. Like I said, I think you, if you're 50 and over, you can compete as a senior. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to go with 55.
Yeah, that's what but Milwaukee, Chicago, and Detroit. So you can just put a team together? Is that how that works, Leslie?
I don't know if they'd have qualifiers.
Well, Wisconsin has a senior
Qualifier?
I don't know if it's a qualifier. It's state seniors.
Last few years has been an addition of divisions.
See, I was right. It is 50. You were
50.
wrong. So we both could do it.
I was in either way. More divisions have been added in the last few years. Of course, mixed doubling, mixed doubles, wheelchair, U18.
5 and under Bonspiel, which is awesome.
I don't know if U25 caught on. There was a little bit of that going on for a bit. Club curling has been going on for quite a while. Arena curling has been going on for a number of years, but still not one of the events that's been going on forever. So a lot more national events than there were around there before. University games.
College nationals. Yeah, a lot of great grassroots competitions that don't necessarily go on to a world event, but still are awesome for clubs like ours to have people who like to compete. They're not just satisfied in playing in their Tuesday night league. They want to get out and not even just go to a bonspiel. They want to compete. And in our sport, there are competitive clubs and there are social clubs, but even the social clubs, you still want to be able to make shots. You still don't want to walk off the ice losing all the time. You want to be able to at least compete, make a shot. And that leads to, you make shots, you get excited, and it just grows.
It's amazing at each of those events the level of curling.
Well, that was one of the 5 and under bonspiel. The first one was in 2018 in Duluth, and it was a question of what is the competition going to look like? What are they going to, how deep is their strategy going to be? And all of them were. It was great to watch those curlers, and so now the thought is that 5 and under bonspiel competitors, when they age out, will continue on in club national level competition.
The rink out of Eau Claire, 2 of their members, along with my son-in-law, competed in that event. I know they were curling on Sunday. I'm not sure what event that was in that event in Duluth.
Oh, they were out there?
Yep. So the Ward rink, the middle of their team is fairly young curlers. They're probably in their 6th or 7th year curling at this point.
That's awesome. Well, and on the women's side, Mandy Hampton was up there as a 5 and under competitor in Duluth, and she won club nationals last year. So
athletes are athletes. When they
you set your mind to something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's no give me. You're probably out there throwing a lot of rocks, playing a lot of curling. So a lot of rocks in play in this end.
Yeah, I think their plan was to hopefully catch the edge of that and spill at least one of the red rocks. Johnson's going to try to guard those 2. And then maybe try to somehow sneak a 3rd stone in on his last shot. I think that's a fair, good strategy. Shot rock is a little bit more exposed since they tick the yellow stone over. So covering that up is not a bad idea.
We're almost touching the 50 people count on our stream, Chuck.
Good morning.
St. Patrick's Day.
Good morning to you who have just joined us. You're watching the Club Nationals from Wausau, Wisconsin. Our feature game is the John Johnson rink out of Fairbanks, Alaska. They're throwing the Red Stones. And the Mike Farbelow rink out of St. Paul.
For those who have no idea where Wausau, Wisconsin is, it's right in the middle of the state. Centrally located, 2 hours from Madison, hour and 15 minutes from Green Bay, hour and, well, how far from Eau Claire?
Hour and 20 minutes to Eau Claire.
2:45 to the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport.
I was going to say 3 hours. Steve probably drives a little quicker than I, but he is on the west side of town. He's got 10 minutes on me when he starts.
Yeah.
We're blessed with a 10-year-old HE curling facility. Probably the largest ice sheet in the nation. There's other ice sheet clubs, but sheets are Olympic size with a lot of room on each side of the houses for stones.
St. Paul has 8, but they have 2 sheets divided, don't they?
3, and then the 2 in the under the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful shot.
All right.
Left Johnson still sitting 1. I'm looking if he's at least got a tap-up shot there or something to try to get to his deuce. But Mike took advantage of stones in front of the house to move the 2 off the 4-foot.
Yeah, he could hit off. No. Yeah. Could he hit and roll off that far? His own stone?
Yeah, I think the stone, though, right in the front of the house you were seeing just to the left, the middle of those 3 stones should be tappable.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the graphic, looking like a stone for me.
Yeah, I think that looks tappable.
Yeah, definitely. A lot easier than the hit and roll off your own stone. This is like a lot of weight. Isn't it?
I think it looks good. They got to get it off, get it moving, and move it back 8 feet there, 9 feet. Miller's sweeping, trying to carve it over a little bit, get it around the guard, but was unsuccessful able to do that. Where does it roll into? Catches their own stone, rolls over and touches part of the 12-foot.
Ooh, and gets a spin.
A little pirouette back, but I still think the yellow stone is going to be the second count. Yeah, that stone was not. Oh, they're asking for a measurement though. Before that last pirouette, that stone was not a counter.
It almost looked like he wanted to clear that top red, or was it the yellow?
He wanted to clear the yellow and just
hit
draw,
that closer rock.
Yeah, and just come in on top of it, and I'll count that yellow stone. With a tick, it looked like there was no hope, but the pirouette is giving him a little bit of a chance. From our vantage point, I see a little bit of white on the yellow stone and not on the red, but obviously close enough to ask for a measure.
Susie Sarnetsky.
And the right thing to do. If you don't know, that's why they make the measuring device to do that.
Susie's not the chief umpire this week. Susie's officiated at the highest level of curling.
Maybe Worlds, the Olympics?
The Olympics.
We are not able to zoom in on the dial, so we will see where she points here. Oh,
red.
And red does get their second point. So that tightens the game up significantly. 3-2, with the Farbelow rink still leading after 3 ends, and they will gain the handle now in the 4th. Hammer.
So you're seeing 10 ends on that scoreboard, but we'll be playing 8 with a 4th end break right after this end. "58 people are watching now. They must be, they're not interested in the first 4 ends. They want to tune in for the last 4. It's kind of like college basketball.
Well, the West Coast is just waking up.
True.
The Alaska people are joining us now. Do we have any more Alaska viewers out there?
Well, it's like 6 in the morning now out there. So welcome any Alaska people. Let us know you're out there. We'll help you wake up.
Trying to look across the other sheets. On sheet A, the Tay team from Coyotes in Arizona. Looks like they picked up another 1 to go up 2-1 over the Drew rink out of Broomstones in Massachusetts. Cucciarelli rink got on the board with a single in the 3rd, but still trail 4-1 to McBride. 3rd end was blanked by the Ward Shoesmith rinks, and Shoesmith holds on to its 1-point lead, 1-0 there.
Yeah, 2 blanks for the teams on sheet F. Reminds me of last night's game, Politano versus Or Camarina. Great game with 5 blanked ends. And Politano came out victorious on that. 2-1? 3-1.
3-1, I believe.
They scored that one in the last end.
Right.
Very tight game.
But the chances were there.
How's Wausau's team doing?
They picked up a single in the third.
So still down 4-1.
The Rickers rink out of Chicago picked up 1 in the third, but still trail 5-2 against Legacy out of Bismarck.
Yeah, Ritker's playing out of the Windy City Curling Club. One of the newer clubs. They have kind of a hybrid club out of. I have not been there, but I know it is dedicated. I believe it's in like maybe a warehouse space, storefront space.
Suburb of Chicago, or just
A little north
is where
west, I believe.
And if we didn't mention on sheet B, Mansell has extended their lead to 5-2 over the Turner rink from Columbus. All those scores after 3 ends.
Villa Park.
Oh, my brother lived in Villa Park for a while.
Okay, well, I was going to look it up so you know where it is.
Straight on the west, kind of where. Is it 355 that goes south?
3 sheets. Johnson without Hammer, looking to try to make something happen in this 4th end.
They'd be happy to steal in the 4th, scoring an even end. Looks like they're maybe trying to draw behind yellow guards that are on the left side of the house out front, but it looks like they're going to be light and come up against those guards.
Yeah.
Second game for all these teams out here. As the week goes on, I believe the ice will become even keener and more consistent, and the teams will up their games.
The cream will rise to the top, Chuck.
Sure will.
Yeah, so it's a field of 12 men's teams and 12 women's teams, and all 12 men are out there curling right now.
2 pools of 6. So there's 5 round-robin draws. Tiebreaker scheduled for Sunday morning if necessary, then a semifinal and final to follow. On the third stones here in the 4th end. This stone looks like it's going to still
Well,
catch the guards.
if they wanted to guard, that works for them. But
Yeah.
now Farbelow looks to just slash that. Asking Tim Solon to take care of business.
He's going to bring this stone through the port of the guard stones in the front of the house. No, he's just to open things up. He's going to... Oh, he was trying to come through the port and caught that guard.
Yep.
Curious angle that we have to try to follow the line. Should he call for the guard or come behind again?
Johnson here?
Mm-hmm.
I think he gave him a little more broom. But it seems light.
Looks like it's light again. Oh, the sweepers.
Although when you look out on the sheet, it doesn't look that light.
No, the sweepers are bringing this in, and it will end up behind that cover over there. Will it be a second count?
No, not even.
So it still was a little bit light.
Yep.
And leaves shots rock exposed, and Farbelow looks like he's going to take advantage of that. If he could cross over, he could end up behind that pile of stones out in front of the house.
Yeah, that was a big miss for Johnson.
And set up a good chance for two.
I don't think anybody from Alaska is watching.
It's 6 o'clock.
They can watch the replay, just like it's live.
Maybe Alaska's a lot like Mexico. They're on Mexico time or Alaska time, and we'll be sociably late. There's that hit and roll over a little bit under cover.
Mm-hmm.
Did he push it back enough to be count? Yes, he did. So Farbelow's working on trying to get his two with the hammer. From this angle, that rock looks like it's somewhat exposed.
Yeah, but I think we're seeing the, because of the angle of the camera, it might be a sliver.
Yeah, there's some of that rock showing. There's a red stone a foot in front of the house that is just off the
Center line.
center line.
I'll finish your sentences for you this morning.
Perfect. My wife's not here to do that. Although she will be at the gate as you enter the curling club here at 11 o'clock. So if you do stop down, say hi to her.
Yeah, one of the many volunteers that are helping put this event on. So thank you to all the volunteers. I see Nigel is timing. I see David Wells timing. Is that Vieta? Way down there? Vieta's timing.
With a modern case of ADD, timing is probably not one of my things I could do. Johnson's first skip stone coming down the ice. Looks like he might be on the guards again too.
Yeah, it's curling. So he's just having a little time figuring out the ice.
And that's going to roll over and cover up the shot stone even more so for the Farbelow rink. Now where to place the stone that
could end up being a...
Johnson's left himself a run back though with that stone that just rolled into the open.
The angle run back, yeah, that's there.
Let's see what spot they pick to place the stone. Trying to hold the line a little bit, but looks like they feel like they're close. Clearing the guards and down to the back stone.
And a stick.
And a stick. I think they can play that stone and roll undercover first count.
Yeah.
Probably the draw could come down on top of that stone, but it would answer the Farbelow shot.
Scoreboard should read 3-2 for what, Ryland? Ryland on the chat saying that the scoreboard should read 3-2.
And it does.
Oh, Ryland must have caught something that we didn't.
Last stone for the Johnson rink.
Right, because you know what? It did say, said 3-0.
Oh. It's been updated. The stone looks like it might be curling too.
So I've had 1 cup of coffee, and apparently that's not enough. Thanks, Ryland.
Going to catch a little bit of it and roll behind and stay count rock. Very nice. I believe there's room for them to draw down to that. I'm not sure if they can get over there and tap it back for their deuce. But good part of the 4-foot open for a further single. Fourth end breaks are now starting. The Ward and Shoesmith rink have completed their fourth end with Shoesmith with Ward scoring a 2 and taking a lead there of 2-1.
So delicate shot here by Farbelow.
He'd love to get the deuce. But it may not be there. That stone is coming over and has a fair amount of weight. But are they going to clear the guards?
Coming over hard.
Coming over hard and wrecks on the guard.
Yeah.
So a steal of 1 for the Johnson rink out of Farbelow, and that ties the game at 3 at the fourth end break. All right, so we got a good game going here.
Yeah. Definitely. Good battle.
On sheet D, the Cucciarelli rink stole a point in the fourth and now only trail by 2, 5-3 after 4.
So again, on the scoreboard, if you're watching live, it shows 10 ends. We'll play 8 ends. The whiskey's hitting you hard, huh, Chuck?
Maybe that's what I need. A little Jameson out here on St. Patrick's Day would be nice. So if anybody in the bar is
Listening?
listening.
Solange.
Wouldn't be paying the piper, be paying the commentators, but
Just as important.
I was just going to say, on St. Patrick's Day, very important, very proper.
Especially if your last name's O'Keefe.
Steve and I have both got to tour the Jameson distillery in Dublin this last year.
A very good tour. I love that tour. I would pick Jameson tour over the Guinness tour, actually. I thought the Guinness tour was very commercial and unpersonal, and I thought the Jameson tour was very personal and very enjoyable.
The Jameson is not distilled in Dublin anymore. It's distilled out in the countryside of Ireland.
Cork.
But they do have the original location now as a
It's a very cool place.
cool little place, yeah.
So if anyone else has been to Ireland recently, let us know and we'll share experiences.
Swap stories.
It was magical.
Did you see the spire?
Nope.
We did not get to see the book.
Oh, the Book of Kells?
No.
You know what? we saw the Book of Kells, and we're live now on TV.
Yeah.
So we saw the Book of Kells, and it had like no fancy picture graphics on it, and they were like apologizing. We're really sorry, because they turn a page every couple days or so, and when the day that we got there, they turned the page and it had nothing fancy on it, and they were apologizing for that. So I was like, well, okay, thanks.
So, Diana, if you're listening, you could have got in that day like that, and so you did not miss much by missing the Book of Kells. But we did have lunch at the oldest pub in Ireland, Iron Horse or something of that nature, from the 900s or so.
Is that in Dublin?
Yes, it was not far from the Jameson distilleries.
We were at an old one too. I don't know if it was the oldest. I forget the name of it.
Well, that's what our tour guide on the way to the Cliffs of Moher informed us, so it must be true.
Must be true.
All the games are in the fourth end break.
We do a quick
Sure.
quick update. So let's hold on here. Drews versus Tate. Tate looks like they're up 3-1 over Drews. We have Turner versus Mansell, and Turner appears to be down 6-2 over Mansell.
Oh, and I apologize that I was looking at the wrong score sheet when I talked about the Cucciarelli rink stealing again. That was the Gothy Rinkers rink. So that is the game that is 5-2, I believe. I can't see the scoreboard at this moment. The Cucciarelli rink has dropped to 5-1 after the McBride rink scored one more in the fourth. 5-3 on the Rickers Legacy rink.
With Legacy up.
Correct.
And then a very tight game here on Sheet F near us, near our broadcast booth. The Ward versus Shoesmith game with 2 blank ends. Ward up 2-1 over Shoesmith.
Shoesmith has the hammer as they start the fifth end. Looks like our game is looking to get ready or get underway again. They have Johnson has the hammer, but I believe they stoled in the fourth. So the hammer should be at Farbelow.
Up to 81 on the stream.
Hey, good morning to those who have joined us again. We're in Wausau, Wisconsin, watching the USA Curling Club Nationals.
Bringing it to you live as it happens.
Your friendly announcers are 2 club curlers. Neither of us have thrown a competitive curling stone, I believe.
Nope. Only at Bonspiels.
Oh, competitive like shots.
Well, yeah.
I always say I can draw things up fabulously. Execution. At times.
So I've curled, I don't know, 20-ish plus 21, 22 years. And you longer than me.
This will be our 25th or 26th season of curling. There was a Learn to Curl here a few weeks ago at the club, and the sheets were pretty full, and I looked around and I'm like, whoa, I'm the senior curler in this group. Some different reality hit me at that point.
So Ben's asking if commentating counts as part of our club volunteer hours. You know, Ben, it might. I'm pretty sure our volunteer hours were done probably before curling started.
Yeah, I think Steve and I both are co-chairs of the mixed Bonspiel that we run in second week in November.
The Supper Club Bonspiel. It's an awesome mixed Bonspiel.
I'll tell you, you get treated very, very nicely. Fabulous facility. Food is stupendous. Fish fry.
Stupendous?
Stupendous.
Yeah, it's obviously modeled after a Northwoods or just Wisconsin General Supper Club. So Friday night you come, you're getting the deep fried fish fry or baked or chicken if you want. Deep fried cheese curds, French fries, and then Saturday turns over to steak or prime rib, and then old fashions all week long.
Ice cream drinks.
And ice cream drinks. We do it all.
And we feature 8 sheets of curling.
So we're always looking for teams for that event.
The view you're seeing now shows our stands, and for an 8 o'clock draw in the morning, not a bad crowd.
No, it's been slowly filling. Been a little bit noisier. They're probably noisier than the 9 o'clock draw last night.
A couple Johnson stones out in front of the house. Looks like they might be looking to move those around.
Oh, sure, good question. I don't think we mentioned that. So the USCA brought in their stones for this event. So they are using USCA stones, and they were textured just before the event. So yeah, competition stones are in play.
Non-smart handles.
Non-smart, no sensor handles. They've been finicky over the years. It's really kind of a wonky technology. More so to keep them still useful.
My son, who's a non-engineer, said that he really should engineer some solid-state apparatus to go in the stone that can take the impact of curling.
Is that like the biggest issue? Is just the jarring? I mean, technology nowadays, you'd think it would be pretty easy to do. I know the battery life was always seeming to be an issue.
It seemed almost every draw there was a stone getting a handle change for a battery issue.
Explains the added curl, yeah, 7 feet.
Ten draws of round robin, and then 2 of playoffs. So hopefully yet on Sunday afternoon they will still be curling fairly nicely.
Yeah, probably the curl will probably temper a little bit over the next few draws.
Farbelow rink coming in and removing the red stone. Are they going to hang around a little bit? Yeah.
Yep.
They have the hammer here in the 5th end. Johnson rink looks like they're choosing to ignore that stone in the back of the house and come into the 4-foot. The long center guard.
Yeah, that really breathed some life into the Johnson rink with that steel.
You can see how widely he passed that guard and actually overcurled. So stones are finishing very hard here. Makes a stone behind a long guard very accessible.
If you're out there wearing green, happy St. Patrick's Day. Not too often it's on a Friday. Could be a dangerous night.
Red stone is removed and Farbelow's now sitting 2 with hammer.
Down the skip rocks.
Although, no.
Nope.
This is a third. Correction.
Rocks changing as we speak.
Chris and Tim are up there, correct?
You were up there, I wasn't. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Doing a great job.
Yes. Need anything, let us know. Just give us a voice in our headphones.
That's all I need to hear is voices.
Well, it's a matter of sorting them, because you already hear the voices, don't you?
True. All right, Johnson took the Yellowstone out, rolled over to the wing. Being caught rock. Assuming they're going to replace that stone. And sit 2.
And spins out.
Unfortunately, spin out.
Well,
No,
still sitting 1.
last time the Johnson rink chose to ignore that stone. Now they are looking at it more like maybe we don't want that in the back of the house any longer. Let them draw for their will later. Farbelow will have the long guard to draw behind. As you said, it may not be safe.
Do you see all the merchandise we have for this event?
Yes, the merchandise table is incredible.
It's fabulous. We have like old-fashioned rocks glasses with Wausau Curling Club logos on them. We have them with the event 2023 USA Curling Club National logo on. Wine glasses,
I believe there were sweatshirts.
sweatshirts, t-shirts, scarves.
Oh, they've cleared the guard. And they're going to go straight through the house.
Yes, they are.
So Farbelow has a chance to place a second stone in the house.
Yeah. Those are unfortunate. Loving the pants.
I'm on my first pair of curling pants.
Still?
Yeah, well, back in the day, the Zumbas were really cool to curl in.
That's dating yourself.
Yes, yeah, that. I probably carried that out a little bit longer than was necessary.
Well, you know, you keep doing it, it's going to be fashionable again sometime.
They were stretchy pants.
Not anymore.
No, the Zumbas were stretchy pants, so they were good for curling. Chose to draw behind the guard. We said you can get behind that guard, but I don't think they're going to be able to get behind that guard with weight to try to play the double. They would have the skinny double because I do believe it's peaked out on the other side, but that would be a very high risk, high reward, high risk shot. We'll let them decide the angles and how they want to approach it. They'd love to hold the rink from Minnesota to 1.
This would be
Well, they put the broom on that side, and they're figuring we should be able to hit something over here, hopefully. There is a port there that they could curl through, though, and miss the whole thing, but... So we'll all watch together.
Definitely taking more time to throw this one.
Well, I think somewhat of a precision shot. You can see in the overhead view that skinny double would be very long. That would be
Yeah,
yep, that would
a
be
miraculous shot.
yeah. From on ice here, they looked like they were much closer to each other.
On it right away.
So maybe that might be just be drawing to the forefoot.
I think that's what
Putting the pressure on
wanted.
against one.
Yeah.
The run back isn't there because of the long guard that they're just passing. Looks like they're going to come on top of it, and if they push that through,
Oh yeah.
that's an excellent shot.
Yep.
I did not see that. Didn't think they could get there to push that through, but they're sitting one behind cover.
And higher.
Yeah, higher and closer to the guard. Leaves full 8 foot for the draw, but it looks like they might be trying to duplicate that shot. I guess that stone as it came down to not skinny the guard real close, so they feel they'd just seen it and take the shot for 2. And they just had the teaching shot, so they feel comfortable. And if they don't hit it perfectly, they might be able to split them out and still pick up their 1 in the back of the house. Wait looks there to tap it through. And passing by the guard very nicely. Hitting a stick for 2.
Yeah.
Oh, and is there possibly a biter on the back of the house?
Well, they're a little close at it.
I
white,
only see a tick of white. The biter bar might come out on that one. Another reason to remove that stone.
Looks like.
I think they're asking for the biter bar.
Yeah.
In a tie game, they picked up at least 2. If they pick up a third, that would make the Farbelow rink feel a little more comfortable.
Get some kudos from Ann. Great job, guys. Thank you. It's our 3rd announcing stint ever.
Besides the announcing from the bleachers. Oh, definitely a 3rd point. Yep.
Yellow?
So I'm not sure where the camera angles were, but that stone was not in my...
Came to a screeching halt with the biter bar. So Big End coming back off the break.
And you see the scoreboard there, 6-3 there for Farbelow. You see the scoring all through the ends on the scoreboard on the bottom and on the top. Our sheet seems to be one of the quicker games on the ice. Sheet D has completed the 5th end with a blank. That's the Legacy Rickers rink.
Yeah, so Legacy still up 5-3. And our hometown team, McBride from Hollywood versus Cucciarelli from Wausau.
Cucciarelli did score.
Yeah, Cucciarelli got a deuce, so cut it down. McBride still leads 5-3.
Cucciarelli is a good comeback team. In league and competitive play. Last night they showed that coming back to tie the game from being down maybe at least 3 points at some point in that game.
Yes.
So do not count them out.
I think they were down 4-0 when they came back and got their deuce. 4-2.
I believe that is the case. So.
Battled back to tie it in the 8th. Sheet B, we have Turner versus Mansell. Mansell from Denver is leading
7-2.
7-2. Did you do Drew's Tate?
No, I didn't. They're still in
They're
the,
still,
in the
yeah.
5th end.
Yep. Morning, Keith. Saying hello to our chief umpire, Keith Scott. It's going great. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes, I'm wearing the green.
I am not wearing the green. I am wearing a curling pin from the Lodi Curling Club, who traditionally has a St. Patrick's Day bunch field, mixed bunch field. I assume it is going on since it is St. Patrick's Day weekend. Fabulous event. We were lucky enough to win the second event back in 2010.
Well, congratulations on that. There's Jason Card, one of the ice techs working with Sean Olson. Jason might be sneaking a peek at this Eau Claire team on sheet F. Jason is from Eau Claire. A master with the scraper, Jason is.
Looks like the Tate team scored 1 for the Coyotes Club in Tempe, Arizona, over the Deer Rink from Broomstones, and that makes the score 4-1, I believe.
On A?
Yep.
5, I think they put.
Looks like it's all singles.
4, you're right. Yes. So I think that's all of our updates.
And again, I believe live updates are going up online.
Well, did we do F? The one I was just talking about. The Ward Shoesmith?
No, Shoesmith scored 1.
Yeah. So it's now tied 2-2 after 5. 2 blank ends. So a very good game.
Ward will have the hammer here in the 6th end. Get back to our feature game. Looks like we got a few stones in play.
No center guards. Well, there's one. The no-tick rule is in the trial. No-tick rule is in play.
Came into play last night in one of the games we were watching. Guard on the center line was removed and then had to be replaced.
We don't play that rule in our leagues here in Wausau.
I think most bonspiels are not following that rule at this point. Nice little one back. And he's going to remove Farbelow stone that was on the house. Johnson with hammer here. Looks like they're going to come to the house behind the guard. Little sweeping, but looks like they're pretty happy with the weight. Right around the guard. Everybody finishes. I think it's going to be in a nice place. Johnson, I think, has chose to draw down the center line. And play the guards on the other side of the house.
Finishing it off.
Yes,
And nice finish behind the guards.
so they're behind the guards, laying 1 with hammer. They'd love to answer back with 3. Stone that was just thrown. That Bruma looks like he's going to come with at least Tap back weight. Into the center.
Definitely wants to roll over.
Trying to hold the line a little bit here. Oh, caught a little bit of the guard and probably going to wreck on their own stone there.
You know, that worked out all right.
Yeah, both undercover on the other side. And now sitting 1-3, I believe.
You know, I'd like to see that again, because I almost thought that Farbelow was touching the top block and not that back one to Farbelow. So that might have been what he called.
Whatever the case, a good result, I believe. I think Johnson is playing down to shot stone now. How many watchers do you have now, Steve?
Oh, 97.
97.
Almost 100.
Good morning. West Coast is still waking up. Alaska is waking up.
Good morning, Alaska. If anybody's listening. We're featuring an Alaskan team from Fairbanks, the Johnson Rink. John Johnson, Larry Enert, Devin McDowell, Andy Mill.
They've fallen a bit behind, but hoping to generate something here in the sixth end. Tap weight here. Removes one of the Johnson stones and rolls over. I believe they can tap that stone behind their own stone and then roll to the left. Potentially sit two for the Johnson rink. Coming with a pretty good weight here.
Yes, sure is. Solid hit.
Leaves the two Johnson stones grouped, and immediately Farberlow's lining things up. Two stones are cornered and look like they could be removed. I'm not sure where he wants his shooter to end up after the shot.
I imagine on the opposite side of that sheet.
If he removes these two stones, he's going to feel pretty comfortable that they're not going to give up the biggest one. Go put it in again. See what kind of granite he moves. In between the guards, gets one, gets two, and leaves the shooter right there. Johnson will try to hit roll behind cover. Be nice for him to be shot rock over there.
Yeah, he gets good roll. And it's possible for this skip deuce.
Last time he threw quite a bit of weight. Took the sweepers out of it a little bit, I felt. And again, he's got a fairly good weight.
I think he wants a good roll.
Yeah, sweepers are liking what they're seeing. But it looks like he's got nose.
Roll the other way.
He's going to roll the other way and be close. Close to shot rock. other side. Someone's looking at it. They've gone back and forth a few times, so we're going to leave that as a push for now. I believe they can probably curl down to the stone that was just thrown by the Johnson rink.
It looked red, but obviously we've seen that our camera has distortion, so.
But the goal is to move or push over that red stone and sit 1 or 2 or 3. Seem pretty happy with the weight in the line.
Stick around.
It is going to stick around. Maybe a little bit of backing for the Johnson rink and still be shot rock.
Well, this will be the hammer, so they need to definitely throw for a fault here.
Looks like if they did come down to that stone, they would still have a clear stone at 9 o'clock. But they're just looking for right of the 4-foot.
By the button.
I practice not falling down coming out of the hack.
Yeah, I don't think with the guards out there, he probably didn't have the room to draw the button. It would probably curl over the edge of the foot there. Or solid foot. See what he can do.
Weight looks to be teeter back, I guess.
They're off a bit.
Yeah.
So line now, starting to curl.
Looks like they got plenty of weight to get there. It's checking up at the top of the house. And a beautiful shot.
Yeah. Needed that one.
So the Johnson rink gets 1 back. And still trail in the game 6-4. The Farbelow rink out of St. Paul. We will now have the hammer in the 7th.
And as we get ready for this 7th end, we can say that on sheet C, McBride versus Cucciarelli. McBride scored 2 more to go up 7-3 for Cucciarelli. So Tim still has a little hangover from that loss last night.
All the other sheets are still in the 5th end or 6th end.
There's a slight earthquake here in Wausau.
We have cameras out on the ice and tripods in this curler's pass.
They're sensitive enough to do some bouncing.
You get the jiggle.
You know, we were close to 100 watching. Now we're at 95. So welcome to all those out there. Probably watching at work and probably maybe can't have the sound up. Just watching silently.
Last night we had over 600 unique viewers at some point.
Yeah, which was great.
Sheet F, the Ward rink, was trying to do an angle raise to the button. I'm not sure if that was an angle raise for 3
Well, they hung
or
one,
to hold them.
yeah, hung 1 point.
Looks like they just picked up one, so I've got ahead of the Shoesmith rink of Seattle. Now 3-2 after 6.
That was good guard. Yeah, I couldn't hurt myself with that one. I could throw more weight too. I couldn't see it.
Sheet A and B have not hung a score yet for the 6th end.
D has, though, on the Legacy Ritkers game. Legacy still leading 5 to now 4 over Ritkers.
Rickers picked up a single, though, in the 6th.
So, yeah, Ritkers out of Windy City is scrapping their way back against Legacy out from the Capital Curling Club out in North Dakota. I'd love to curl out in North Dakota. I haven't curled in North Dakota. A lot of good people and good clubs out there.
I got into the club in Devil's Lake back in 2015. Nice facility.
Maybe I'll hit Sean Wilson.
Is it not the ground?
Fargo.
Fargo's become a hotbed of curling recently, hosting many events.
If I outed anybody who's watching at work, my bad. I'll keep it on the down low. Yeah, Fargo Moorhead, the Shield Center was, I don't know how many years old now, 6, 7. Looked like a beautiful facility. I think we're going to have Miranda Shield on the call tomorrow with Wes Wendland.
A couple of junior curlers.
Yeah, a couple of great junior curlers. Miranda coming back from Junior Worlds in Fusen.
Looks like they're rebuilding the house out here on our sheet. Still in lead stones. So the skips have rebuilt things as they see fit.
Oh, we broke 100, Chuck. We're at 103 on the St. Patrick's Day from the Wausau Curling Center.
That's all you out there watching and calling your friends and send them a link to the stream.
105, it's leaps and bounds.
Everybody with their 7:45 alarm clock or 6:45 alarm clock in Alaska.
Catch the final 2 ends. Just like, well, more like NBA basketball. NBA basketball to me is like, all you need to see is the last 2 minutes.
Johnson drops behind their guard. And wants to come at it after. He's slashing something probably the guard. They have hammer. They'd love to open things up.
Conversation between Susie Sarnetsky and John Johnson.
Removes the red guard stone, rolls over a little bit. So the hard corner guard's up with the draw path to the 4th foot may be open. Looks like they want to replace that guard. Down, is 3rd.
Good Scottish name. can update you on 2 more scores. Sheet A, Drews versus Tate. Tate scored, no, Drews scored 1 over Tate. Tate is still leading 4-2.
And on sheet B, Mansell, who has the lead, looks like they gave up 1 to Turner in the 6th end. So Turner from Columbus, Ohio, now trails 2-7 to Mansell out of the Denver pit.
Did sheet F or not?
Yes, we did, but
Okay.
the board ring picked up 1.
Yeah, broke the tie, picked up 1.
They were doing an angle raise for maybe a possible 3. I don't. There's a lot of redstones around the button on that sheet, but they took their 1. Future game, it looks like there's a lone Johnson stone in the house. With some corner boards up on each side.
Still looking for some Alaska watchers. Nobody's fessed up to saying they're watching from Alaska. I have to think there's some fans out there.
There are. I guess Fairbanks is telling about 70,000. I'm gonna.
No idea.
$32,702.
There's a 7 in there.
So, perfect. Farbelow has a stone in the 12 foot. Last thing Johnson wants to do is to give up a multiple in here. That stone may have picked something.
Yeah. Johnson didn't, he reacted.
Looks like it's coming down the ice kind of foul.
It's like no handle.
No handle.
Oh, picked? Or was it?
There's a light handle or it picked him.
Or was it fouled?
Or was it foul?
It was fouled. He pointed, tapped his toe. So they let it play. Which I think you only let it play after that.
That ruling's always been kind of a mystery. Looks like they might be trying to execute the run back here. And move the Johnson stone in the house. Got a piece of it on the run back, pushed it over a bit, but
Under a lot of cover. Well, they're not from that angle, no. I still think that's under a lot of cover.
yeah. Farbelow might be switching here to switch to offense, put some pressure on the Johnson rink. Not planning on giving up the steal. Down to skip stones now. First stone for John Johnson.
like this.
Guess he's going to clear the guard and hopefully get to the shot stone with some weight, and may not roll enough to get under cover over there.
Let's see if
That's with this angle. I think he's going to be able to get to that stone quite easily. But he does remove the yellow rock.
Sheet D has an update. The Windy City game. They're moving fast.
Rickers has scored.
Yeah, they tied it up. 5-5 after 7.
That's the legacy of Bismarck.
I think Jan might be getting a little nervous.
Yep, stone was very accessible. Rolls over to the forefoot. And Johnson thinking we need to do something besides just remove that stone. Just indicate maybe a freeze, maybe a hit and roll over.
What you got there, Sean? Donuts? Cookies? Is that rum cake?
Steve chatting with the ice committee.
Look at that beautiful stone.
Oh,
Gordy, I have one of these too.
I have a Gordy stone at my house.
These are beautiful.
Gordy Free is a curler at our club. Does fine work making wooden curling stones.
What's it made out of?
Mixed.
Cherry, beautiful.
Looks like it was mixed species. So they're come down here and jiggle up this Yellowstone a little bit. Not keeping his backer and go to the button, but wide open. I think Farbelow would be happy to take that one and come home without a 3. Risk here rolling up, out, and giving up the steal. Just on that side of the center line, so they need to hold that line. But they are going to roll out and give up the steal to 1.
They certainly did. Thought they had that made.
So,
Dives hard.
keeping the game a little bit tighter here. Keeps the Johnson rink from Fairbanks within 2. Now 5. Oh, excuse me, within 1.
Yeah.
They scored their point in the 6th and now stole the 7th.
Yep.
And they are within 1 coming home in the 8th, 6-5.
Does show 10 ends on the scoreboard, but we were playing 8. So this is the last end.
I believe both teams have got plenty of time on their time clock. They do have a timeout that I don't believe either team has used in this game. I think most of these teams are self-coached. There are a few teams that have coaches on the ice and alternates.
See, game ended. Saw the Cucciarelli rink walk off. So that's a final in Sheet C. Justin McBride defeated Cucciarelli.
McBride now goes to 1-1 in the tournament, and Cucciarelli, the host rank, unfortunately has dropped to 0-2. But number of games yet to play. 2 polls is 6. 12 teams in the men's and women's. Assuming that after the round robin, the A team out of first team out of sheet A will play the B team out of second place team out of sheet B and vice versa in the semifinal. So that's still being curled a bit. It's open. Johnson has let us see he can steal. Stealed in the 4th, stole in the 4th, and in the 7th. So they feel very much like they could be in this game. Trying to hold the line a little bit to lessen the roll. Roll behind the guard, but still probably accessible. Guard is quite low again. I don't believe they are playing on sheet B, which may be a game that is also stopped after 7 ends. That would be the Mansell rink from Denver winning over the Columbus rink, Turner from Columbus by a score of 7-4.
Which sheet is that?
Sheet B.
Oh, sure.
Stones are just sitting there. Can't see them walk off. Turner's dropped to 0-2 in the event, and Mansell is undefeated at 2-0. They were the 2nd or 3rd seed coming in and curling quite well. Past champions, correct, Steve?
Yes. Not the exact team, but yeah.
Wait, you said it was
Mansell skipped it.
3 out of the 4.
Yep.
Johnson coming in a little weight, sitting 2 now. One stone is certainly open, probably both. This is more similar to the shot that they tried a moment ago with the hit and roll. Sweepers are trying to hold the line. Get a little piece of the stone, but unfortunately not enough, and roll out the back of the house. Leaving 2 Johnson stones from Alaska, who are looking for their steal. They'd love to steal 2. Second stone coming down. Looks like they're going to clear the guard. Looks like they wait to come into the house. And we'll just do that. They'll put a stone in front of their stone in the house and sit 3. Farbelow has hammer here and looking for a way to get his one. Looks like he's going to come around the stones from the outside, but he may be just taking the guard on the top of the house. On the top of the sheet. Right to roll away here. Very well. Stone comes through the house. That's causing a little damage. But Johnson still sits 3. I believe there are no guards in front of the house anymore. Nope.
Saw the comment, Chuck, but Patrick is, you know, we ourselves said we weren't going to go deep in the weeds, but Patrick pointed out that it's not strategy. Hitting one down without the hammer.
Well, they have stones in the house, and if they can get something out in front here,
They got lots of stones in the house, that's true.
they've kind of starting to choke off the 4-foot. If you force Farbelow to a shot that he has to make, an air, a tick, heavy light against the number, you can steal more than one and avoid the 9th end.
Oh, it's fireworks time, I think.
Yeah. If he stays on broomside there, it looks like there could be a double and possibly even a triple if the stone next to the broom falls through and takes out the other stone in the back. Lively USDA stone, so that weight might be enough to do a shot like that. Gets 1, gets 2.
Gets 1.
Touch all 3.
Gets
2. He touched all 3 stones.
Yeah.
So it was there. And rolled partially undercover. So very nice shot. Changed the complexity of the end a fair amount. Johnson looks like he still wants to put up a guard. He does have shot rock with the stone that was touched but not removed. Actually, I think that was that stone jammed back there.
Yeah, it did.
So a little bit of different angles. They would have cleaned things up fabulously. Steve.
Yes.
How many triples have you made?
I can count them on one hand.
I was going to say
Maybe a couple fingers.
I can count them on one hand with a few fingers remaining, I'm sure.
Yeah. I had a 7-end once.
I had a 7-end this year. Interesting end. We were down a fair amount. I said we just got to get a few back here. There was one trouble stone on the button, and we kept on trying to jiggle things around to get to it. Ended up we left a lot of stones around the button, and they all ended up coming home.
So Tim Solon with Vice for Farbelow. His last shot for our skip stones.
Removes the in-house guard. And we replace that fairly tight. Looking for a miss or two.
On the stream, so welcome all you newcomers. Happy St. Patrick's Day 2023 USA Curling Club National Championships from Wausau, Wisconsin, the Wausau Curling Center. So we're on the skipped rocks in the 8th end.
I think he's called for a tight guard. I think I would have preferred a longer guard and try to get the deuce on his last shot. But it might be slowing down here.
Right about where you
Yeah, that's it. Tight guard. Leaves the run back double. Which the longer guard would have made a little bit more difficult. I think we have a final on sheet D. After the Rickers rink tied it up in the 7th, the Legacy rink out of Capital scored a 1.
got their one.
And got their win.
Yep.
Wait. We've already announced that. I think she just finally marked it. Sure, I need to be marked.
I don't think we announced that one.
No, we did not. The Legacy rink has gone to 2-0, and the Rickers rink has gone to 0-2. All right, so back to our sheet. We've got a stone coming down from the Farbelow rink. They're going to try to move some red stones around. They're going to get 1, get 2, get 1, but 1 remains around.
And that's the count.
It is sitting count, but mostly open. The rest of the 4-foot is somewhat choked off. The shot for 1 would be to come and play off your own stone and go behind, but really don't want to remove your own stone. The way the sheet's been curling, probably could draw in behind there and sit 1 fairly comfortably. Maybe force Farbelow just to take the outside stone and get the steal at 1. Or get greedy and try to follow it down and maybe hit one of his own stones on the top and get you 2. They've used their timeout here. After the timeout, it looks like they'd still have over 2 minutes left. Oh.
Yeah, as Patrick pointed out, Hammer team loves no guards in play. That's true. Without Hammer, you want all you can put up front.
Take that back, they'd have 59 seconds left. So we got about a minute and a half to get this shot off. Going to ease into the hack. Did not see what they called after the discussion. Broom is way over on the edge of the house, so I'm assuming they are going to draw the 4-foot. Sweepers are happy with the initial weight. It's gliding, and it's curling.
It's coming in.
They feel happy with the line there. Looks like they're going to get to second count. It's at 1-2. Now does Farbelow get greedy and try to take that stone out, or hit and roll the baby for the 1, it looks like? It's a fairly safe shot. If he hits the stone and rolls out, he lives another day with Hammer in the 9th. If he makes it, he puts the cap on the game for him. They did not spend much time making the decision on how they wanted to do their last shot. They're playing this inside out. Looks like they want to hit something. Stone's coming off the center line there, you can see. It needs to get just to the edge of 4.
Will he catch the edge?
And looks good. Little bit of
Yes,
roll.
he does.
Good for one. And the win.
That was a great shot.
Make the final 7-5 for the Farbelow rink out of St. Paul. For the Johnson rink out of
Fairbanks, Alaska.
Farbelow goes to 1-1 now in the event.
Having lost to Ward from Eau Claire, who themselves right now is in a tied game in the 8th coming home.
Johnson drops to 0-2.
There we are live. So we'll give you a little extra coverage because there's only one rock left in the Ward Johnson game. It is tied in the 8th.
Yellowstones are sitting 3. That is the Shoesmith rink. And they do not hold the hammer.
No, Ward has hammer, and this is the shot. So this is for the win.
And it looks like they might be coming through the port to a stone in the...
Yeah.
Hey, thanks Tech guys for getting over there. We may have a few Eau Claire viewers interested in this, and maybe they're waking up in Seattle also to watch. So Ward will be throwing a red stone at this.
Down the stretch it comes. Working it hard. They're both working now. Hands off.
Zach is a sweeper.
He's going hard all the way. Head down. Will he have enough? Is he going to make the port? Is it going to over curl? What's happening?
Keep it going, keep it
It's
going.
through
Weight
the
looks
port.
through the port. Weight looks a little heavy. Get a piece of
and
it.
he got
and he
it.
got the roll for the win.
Beautiful shot.
So Ward on the last end skip shot scores 1 and takes the win. They go to 2-0 in the event. Very nice for the Eau Claire team
On Wisconsin.
representing Wisconsin. They won the play down. And the Shoesmith rink from Granite takes a loss. I did not mark down if they lost their first game.
Who did they play last night? They played. They played Ritgers last night.
So they won last night.
There we go. So they're 1-1.
They are 1-1.
Well, great. Well, thanks for tuning in to the morning draw here from the Wausau Curling Center at the 2023 USA Curling Club National Championships. We'll have another draw coming at 12
Central time.
And that will be the Kano Rink from Seattle Granite versus the Smith Rink from Mid-America 2 out of Denver Curling Club.
So ladies will get their second draw.
Until then, happy St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy yourselves. We'll see you at 12. We're sliding out of here.